Hi everybody, it's Miss Lorenz. I'm going to talk about lesson 15. This is the piece about part to part and also part to whole ratios. So let's get started. In number 1, the ratio of students wearing sneakers to those wearing boots is 5 to 6. So you can see that in the strip diagram, I drew a strip that had 5 parts, and then I drew a strip that had 6 parts. And the 5 parts corresponds to the sneakers, and the 6 parts corresponds to the boots. And then I know that there are 33 students in the class, and all of them are wearing either sneakers or boots. So that's how I know that this entire ratio diagram represents 33. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to count the number of pieces in our strip diagrams, and I know that there are 11 of them. So I'm doing 33 divided by 11, and that gives me the value of each one of these pieces. So now what I can do is I can look back at the sneakers and do 3 times 5 and get 15 sneakers, and then I can do 3 times 6 right here and get 18 boots. All right. Okay, let's go to number 2. Recipe for chicken marinade says to mix 3 parts oil and 2 parts soy sauce with 1 part orange juice. And if we need 42 cups of marinade, how much of each ingredient would we use? So you'll notice that I did a very similar thing as I drew 3 strip diagrams. The oil strip diagram has 3 sections for the 3 parts oil. The soy sauce strip diagram has 2 sections for the 2 parts soy sauce. And then the 1 part orange juice has 1 part for that 1 part orange juice. And then I know that all together I'm going to need 42 cups of marinade. So I want this entire diagram to represent 42. And then what I did is I divided the 42 by 6 because there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 sections in all of those diagrams together. And now I know the value of one of those pieces. So I know the value is 7 in all of these pieces. And so 7 times 3 gives me the amount of oil. 7 times 2 gives me the amount of soy sauce. And 7 times 1 gives me the amount of orange juice. Okay, and in this last problem, Elena mixes fruit punch by mixing 4 parts cranberry juice to 3 parts apple juice to 2 parts grape juice. And we know that if one batch of fruit juice includes 30 cups of apple juice, how large is the batch? So this is a great problem. I started with the ratio, the 4 parts of cranberry juice to the 3 parts of apple juice to the 2 parts of grape juice. And then I know that the apple juice equals 30. So I divided that 30 by these 3 parts. And I got that each part has a value of 10. So now I know that every part has a value of 10. So how many total cups is this batch? Well, let's look at how many 10s I have. I've got 4 plus 3 plus 2, or 10 times 9, because that would be 9, and 10 times 9 is 90 cups. And then if you wanted to take it one step further, you could divide that by 16 to get how many gallons. You did not have to do this. So 90 cups is the correct answer. But I took it one step further. 90 divided by 16 gives me 5 gallons and 10 cups. All right. Using the recipe from earlier, how much fruit punch can you make if you have 50 cups of cranberry? So what I did is I remade those strip diagrams so that they would match the ratios of 4 parts cranberry to 3 parts apple to 2 parts grape. And then what I did is I divided 50 by 4 and I got 12.5. So I know all of these values now in all of these diagrams would be 12.5. And so my question then would be, now that I have 40 cups of apple juice and 30 cups of grape juice as well, what do I have? Well, and there's different ways you could have done this, but I wanted to use all the cranberry juice. And so that's how I arrived at the 12.5 for each of these sections. If that's true, then 12.5 times 3 would leave me with 2.5 extra cups of apple juice that I don't need. And then 12.5 times 2 is 25, so I would end up with 5 extra cups of grape juice. So I'm curious to see how you did this problem. So make sure that you're showing your work how you did it, because it could have differed a little bit from how I did it. And then the last one, I'm going to want you to show me this, because this is creating a visual display that includes a new problem that you wrote without a solution, and that you have enough space here that you could show a possible solution. And then I also want you to draw a purple mouse on your paper. And if you did that, then I know that you watched this correcting video, and you get points for that. Nice job, guys. Thanks for listening.